change something in your game day routine, or do you feel like you're just in a groove right now?
She's in a groove.
She started hanging out with me more.
Rubbing off.
In a season that has already gifted basketball fans with an endless array of jaw-dropping highlights and heartwarming moments, two names have shone brighter than most: Lexie Hull and Caitlin Clark. Their story isn't just about buzzer beaters and slick passes. It's about the unexpected bond forged through countless hours of practice.
What are your impressions of Caitlin at this point?
She's great. She's a great player, great person. Obviously very hard to defend. So she's bringing a great offensive game to the Fever, and just excited to see how she does this year.
Fierce competition and off-the-court adventures that have captivated fans and redefined what it means to be teammates. At the beginning of the season, few could have predicted that a first encounter in the Indiana Fever locker room would evolve into one of the most endearing friendships in the modern WNBA. Our Sport Pulse is here to take you through that journey, celebrating every spontaneous laugh, every playful prank, and every electrifying performance that these two have given us. It all began with the first practice, a moment charged with anticipation and the weight of new beginnings. Lexie Hull, reflecting on that inaugural day, recalled the instant impression made by a young Caitlin Clark. "She was just amazing," Lexie remembers, her voice tinged with excitement. I mean, here's someone who not only brings an incredible offensive game to the Fever, but also a spirit and personality that are impossible to ignore. You step onto that court, and you immediately sense that she's someone special both as a player and as a person. The sentiment was shared widely. Caitlin, known for her elite playmaking skills and lightning-quick decisions on the floor, had an innate ability to elevate everyone around her. From the very start, she challenged the status quo. While most rookies are expected to quietly observe and gradually adapt to the professional realm, Caitlin made it clear from day one that she wasn't going to fade into the background. Instead, she burst into the spotlight, rewriting the rules on how newcomers could impact a team, and doing so with a flair that made her impossible to ignore.
Just throw out comments that are just funny. Like, no one else is saying it but Caitlin. One practice, Christy turns on loud music because I can't remember where.
Imagine a young athlete fresh from the collegiate scene stepping into a world where expectations are sky high and every moment is scrutinized. For Caitlin Clark, the transition from college dominance to the professional stage was daunting. The seasoned veterans in the Indiana Fever locker room had already endured the pressures of the sport, and here was a rookie armed with talent, determination, and an unyielding competitive drive. Rather than shrinking under the weight of expectations, Caitlin embraced the challenge head-on. Her approach was simple. If things weren't working, she'd figure them out. That kind of resolve wasn't just inspiring, it was transformative. Lexie Hull recalls how Caitlin's relentless energy not only drove her own game, but also sparked a profound change within the team. When Caitlin walked into the locker room, something shifted. You could feel her passion and her determination radiating outwards. It wasn't just about her making the right pass or sinking the deep three. It was about pushing each one of us to be better. Even in our scrimmages, when the stakes were high, she'd remind us that every challenge was an opportunity to grow.
We were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this loud music, and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like,
It's a quality that, as a point guard who often shoulders the responsibility of leading the offense, I've come to rely on. I knew I could count on her not just on the court, but as a teammate who lifts everyone's spirits. This transformation wasn't solely about the technical aspects of the game. It was about forging a mental toughness and team unity that would later become the hallmark of the Fever's season. Caitlin's journey from feeling the pressure of new beginnings to using that very pressure as a catalyst for improvement is a narrative that resonates deeply with every athlete who has ever dared to dream big. But while the intensity of competition is unmistakable on the court, there's an equally compelling, lighter side to this story. Off the hardwood, the bond between Lexie and Caitlin reveals itself through moments of pure, unscripted humor. One of the most memorable episodes occurred during a practice session when the team's energy was already running high. In the midst of the chaos, someone decided it was time to crank up the volume on the arena's sound system. Before anyone could even process what was happening, the music blared at full tilt so loud that it seemed to shake the very foundations of the building. Caitlin's reaction was priceless.
What? And Christy reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she repeated it. And all of us were just we were
Overwhelmed by the sudden cacophony, she shouted, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." The unexpected outburst sent shockwaves through the team. Instead of the usual murmurs of disbelief, the moment quickly escalated into a full-blown comedy sketch. It's rare to witness a transformation that goes beyond personal achievement, and yet that is precisely what has happened with the Indiana Fever this season. The dynamic duo's influence has been felt not just in the scorebook, but in the very spirit of the team. With key figures like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell playing pivotal roles alongside them, the Fever have emerged as a cohesive unit that embodies both competitive fire and a genuine love for the game. At the heart of this transformation is the unwavering trust that Lexie and Caitlin have built with their teammates. This trust isn't built overnight. It's the result of shared experiences, late-night practices, and countless moments of vulnerability where the team learned to rely on one another.
All dying because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, what did you say? And you repeat it, like no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all like rolling on.
In one candid moment, Lexie recalled how even when things weren't going perfectly on the court, Caitlin's energy and determination managed to lift everyone's spirits. Even when I missed a shot or the play wasn't going as planned, I knew that Caitlin would have my back, she says. It's that kind of mutual support that turns good teams into great ones. This internal support system has been especially vital during challenging stretches of the season. In today's age, where every move is scrutinized and the digital world can be both a boon and a bane, the Fever have managed to create a sanctuary of unity and resilience. Social media may offer endless opinions, some uplifting, others not so much. But within the locker room, the only voices that truly matter are those of teammates who have weathered the storm together. And it's this spirit of camaraderie that has allowed the Fever to not only survive, but thrive under intense public scrutiny. Beyond the game itself, it's the off-court adventures that have solidified Lexie and Caitlin's status as fan favorites. One such escapade unfolded during a seemingly routine drive-through visit at a popular drink spot known as Swig. What began as a casual pit stop
Found out we had the #1 pick, and once Caitlin declared, that kind of changed things, I think, for the city a little bit. People were just so excited to come support the Fever. We felt that
quickly spiraled into one of the most charming and unexpected encounters of the offseason. The duo pulled up to the window with a mix of casual confidence and playful mischief. As they placed their orders, ranging from the indulgent raspberry dream with vanilla cream to the refreshing summer splash and the enticing spring fling, the employee's eyes widened in disbelief. "Wait, are you Caitlin Clark?" she gasped, barely able to hide her excitement. Without missing a beat, Caitlin's response was a coy, "Maybe," triggering a wave of laughter that spilled over into the parking lot. Lexie, ever the documentarian of their shared escapades, captured every second of the exchange on video. "I want to give you a golden mug," she joked, referring to a playful promise that every visit to the drive-thru would earn a free refill if you were as cool as them. This drive-thru moment, with its unfiltered humor and spontaneous authenticity, resonated deeply with fans. It wasn't merely a case of celebrity recognition, it was a reminder that even the biggest stars have everyday moments that are entirely relatable. Who among us hasn't experienced a slightly awkward yet ultimately endearing interaction while waiting in line for a coffee or a snack? For Lexie and Caitlin, it was just another day of blending high-level competition with down-to-earth charm. Another off-court highlight unfolded during a celebratory event that perfectly encapsulated the playful energy of their friendship.
in our preseason games, we felt that even on draft night, we filled Gamebridge, which felt crazy. Like we're not even doing anything in Gamebridge, and people are excited to watch the screen and see who we.
When Lexie Hull's birthday came around, Caitlin ensured that the occasion was celebrated in grand style. As the team gathered to mark the special day, the entire arena was filled with an outpouring of confetti and exuberant cheers. But what truly stole the show was Caitlin's impromptu lead in a spirited, over-the-top birthday sing-along. With Lexie's off-key rendition of Happy Birthday eliciting waves of laughter and admiration, it was a moment that transcended the usual fanfare, a moment that reminded everyone that even amidst the competitive intensity of professional sports, there's always room for a little fun. During that celebration, when the confetti rained down and the energy in the room was palpable, one message from Lexie stood out above the rest.
Guys, during practice, we play against ourselves. But like if her team's not winning in a scrimmage or a drill, like she's gonna.
In the flood of congratulatory messages that followed Caitlin's clinching of the prestigious Rookie of the Year award, Lexie's heartfelt note resonated with fans and teammates alike. "Hey, Caitlin, congrats on Rookie of the Year. You earned this. I am so proud of you." In those few simple words, Lexie captured the essence of their bond, one built on mutual respect, unwavering support, and a shared joy for every step of the journey.